Welcome to the Filmsteins, the podcast where we discuss all things movies. Join us as we dive deep into the latest releases, revisit classic films, and explore the art of cinema. Whether you're a film fanatic or just love a good flick, we've got you covered. From Hollywood blockbusters to indie gems, we'll be breaking down the storytelling, cinematography, and everything in between. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and get ready for some cinematic magic. If you like what you hear, please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/filmsteins. We offer tiers at the $1, $5, and $20 level, where the $20 tier grants the ability to request films for future episodes. How cool is that?
Pretty cool.
This is the Filmsteins, where movies are more than just entertainment, they're an experience. Oh, around you. Welcome back to another episode of the Filmsteins, where we talk about movies. Every kind of movie we'll talk about, except we talk about all movies.
All movies? Okay.
I'm joined today by, the same wonderful, oily co-host I've always had.
Damn.
Lucy. How are you, Lucy? My oily friend.
Well, I guess I gotta go take a shower.
I don't mean anything by it.
Am I ashy or am I oily here?
Only on Tuesdays.
Only on Tuesday.
How you been?
I've been, living life, watching movies, watching shows.
Anything you want to share with us, or is it a secret?
Oh, it's a secret.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. So I watched this, I guess it's a docu-series on Hulu. It's been a couple of days now. It's called Taken at Birth, and it was from 2019. But it was basically where this doctor in McKaysville, Georgia, he had a black market baby selling ring, I guess. And I mean, basically he sold babies illegally to people who couldn't adopt, and right out of the back door of his clinic. But the bad part was that he was telling the mothers, I guess the expected mothers, they were coming to him to get an abortion because abortions were illegal at that time. But he was like the, secret doctor who did abortions. So you would go to him, and then he'd tell, the expected mothers that, the abortion was performed successfully. But he didn't do that. He would just have these babies. He would make them deliver the babies and sell them.
Damn.
And he sold them for really cheap too. I don't remember. I think it was like $1,000. But because these moms were having abortions, they weren't carrying these babies to full term. So all these babies were like super tiny. And some of them, he would just tell the mothers like, oh, either the abortion was performed successfully or it was a stillbirth and your baby's dead. Because some of the moms weren't sure if they wanted to give the baby up. I'm assuming it's an emotional process there, going through an abortion or giving up a baby. But all these mothers are assuming that these babies they're gone. They don't exist. But here they are in the back of a van of some rando couple that couldn't have a baby, so they paid $1,000 to the doctor to have a baby, and then he would make fake birth certificates for them. And I thought this was pretty funny that it was a baby guaranteed. If your baby died on your way back home, you could come back and get another one for free. I thought that was funny. And it was like over 200 documented babies that they found these like fake birth certificates for. But after they did a lot of digging, it was a lot more than 200. And from the oldest baby that they could track down to the youngest baby, and they're all really old now. It was like a decade in between them. So he did this for 10 years. And the youngest of the babies, she's the main one in this docuseries doing the investigation. And the doctor, he's dead, and even his son is dead. And so the doctor's granddaughter, I think her name was Sally, or started with an S, but let's just call her Sally. She was also adopted, but she didn't know if her dad was her real dad because she thought she looked like him, and she thought that the dad just lied about it or something was going on. So she wanted to know if she was related to her dad, and she decided to dig out his body from the grave, which apparently you can do that, which I didn't find that very surprising. What I found surprising was that there's no laws about, I think they call it exhuming, about exhuming a body, that it's really just up to the judge of that state on whether he'll allow you to do that, because most of the times they won't, unless it's a big investigation of some sort. But they got permission to exhume the body just so they could test her, obviously, and all these other 200 kids, because there's some stories there that the doctor was getting some of these women pregnant, and then they would come to him to perform abortions because, they cheated on their husbands or he cheated on his wife or whatever. So some of these babies were related to this doctor, and it's all kind of crazy. And then one of the doctors that worked with him after Dr. Hicks, that's the main doctor here, a doctor that worked with Dr. Hicks opened up his own clinic somewhere in Tennessee and was performing the same thing. So now there's like another set of these babies and it just all gets so crazy. And it's kind of sad because a lot of them feel like they didn't get to meet the real family, which I guess I would get that, especially if you had a shitty upbringing. You would kind of resent this doctor and resent your family for doing this to you. But a lot of these kids were pretty pissed that this happened to them. Or I guess they're grown ass adults now, but they're holding a lot of resentment there.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. It was a crazy show.
That sounds crazy. When did you watch that?
Sometime last week.
I didn't see any of that. Holy smokes.
I don't remember how long the episodes were, but it was a binge there.
That's awesome. That's a great documentary. Sounds
yeah.
like great premise for a documentary, at least. That's all right. Well, I hate to disappoint, but I haven't watched anything. I guess I watched some of the first Harry Potter and the second Harry Potter over the last couple days.
That's always nice.
It's comfort food.
Yeah, it's very comfort food.
I like those first three Harry Potters a lot. They're so aesthetic, Well, we have a cheap episode today, and I don't know how to really spend this. We're gonna talk about the new Black Demon movie, directed by Adrian Grunberg. Grunberg, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Grunberg. Grunberg.
He's obviously a little bit of a falling from grace kind of filmmaker. He worked with Mel Gibson and then Sylvester Stallone, and now he's working on with nobody. Something's happening here with him. He's not getting the budgets that he once was or wish he could still get. But I'm really excited to hear what you have to say about this because you are our local shark movie expert. I don't think I've met a shark movie fan quite like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I don't consider myself a shark movie fiend, although I have a few in my pocket.
Yeah, you are. You absolutely are.
I do love a good shark movie, though.
Yeah. This movie sucks. This movie might be the worst movie we've seen all year. And I guess I want to start off by saying that I was anticipating this movie from the side of I saw the trailer when it first dropped and I was like, oh, it's okay. Let's go. Big shark showed you and you're like, oh, okay.
It looked good.
Looked interesting, I think that's pretty much it. And then I saw it pop up and I was like, oh, okay. Gotta pull this out. And then I knew from the moment we got in the car with the family that this movie was going to be bad. Real bad. You know, that the little silly intro part where the guys were setting up the bomb on the rig, the oil rig. You know, it's like, okay, that was pretty bad, but, you know, intros, you never know with those kinds of intros, right?
Yeah.
Like the intro of Jurassic Park Dominion, where they're out in the water and I think they're trying to collect stuff diving and they get eaten by the big dude, the big fish, the big prehistoric fish dude. It's probably the best part of the movie. So you never know where things are gonna go, you know?
I didn't think you were gonna say that.
The movie's dog shit.
No.
And so you never know. But when we got into the car with the kids and they were saying the things they were saying and the family was fucking saying the things they were saying, oh my god, the parents, I mean, it's one of these things like who wrote the movie?
Boise
Boise Esquire.
Esquire.
I see you don't have a Wikipedia page, and I think that's probably not coincidental. It's probably because you've never written anything in your fucking life.
You're killing me right now.
He must have been a college friend for Adrian or something, and doing him a favor.
Hey man, you got a story? Oh, do I have a story for you?
I see that might be a, Mexican, Spanish, Dominican, Republican last name. I'm not sure, but there might be something to that. So he has the ultimate story. And then Adrian was like, I know how we can modernize this. Let's put the corporations as the villain. And Boise was like, Genius. And then we had a Adrian Boise brainchild come out of this. Well, I guess the story right here actually says from Carlos Cisco. So he's just as guilty. I also see there is no Wikipedia page for you either, Carlos Cisco. That's awfully suspicious. Have you ever written an email? Have you ever sent a text message? Is this how you speak to people?
Oh my god.
This is how you write dialogue? That's fine. And I just wanted to also say that my favorite character, of course, was the dude on the rig. Not the one who dies. The one who gets away. What's his name? Toro's master.
Oh, Chato, yeah.
He's obviously the star.
Yeah.
Right? That was clear from the get-go. Just his energy was a little different. But not necessarily in a good way. I don't know if he wanted to be there on set. But that's my first couple cents that I just wanted to lay out there for you.
All right. Let's start with the shark, or the megalodon, or the demon. What is he supposed to be?
He's
because they say he's everything.
Yeah, he's I think he's like colloquially named the Black Demon. He is a megalodon, but he's like the Kraken of Poseidon. He is released when
someone says
Dalek is pissed. That's when the megalodon is released. Just like Poseidon releases the Kraken when he's pissed. I think that's what's going on here.
Yeah, but someone was like, no, that's not a megalodon. Don't even refer to him as that. Which kind of threw me off, like, okay. I get that. I get that this is supposed to be the demon that was released. Yeah, I get it. But I don't think it was very cohesive with how people were referring to him.
Sure. Boise and Carlos have never had a conversation with each other.
Where is he? Where is my demon? We saw him like 3 times, maybe?
Yeah, this wasn't a shark movie, was it?
And, okay, a lot of shark movies have not enough shark. We want more shark. We always want more sharks. There's a few exceptions that give us enough. But this movie didn't give us anything. It didn't. I mean, we saw, we saw one take or one scene where we have the large fin sticking out of the water. And then you think, oh my God, which they usually do this. They usually show you its size, weather through, like the shark being really close to the surface of the water that you can kind of see its silhouette or its shadow or something, or you see a big body part of the shark or something. So, okay, that's what they were doing here, showing us this very large fin, and you think, this is a monster. And then we get, at the end, when he eats, Paul, and then that's pretty much it, which...
Yeah, it's really obscured, the shark. Almost every time we see him, he's super obscured. Even when the coolest kill is probably when he bites that little boat in half.
Yeah.
And he's completely obscured by the water.
Yeah.
Because he's far away. But that's fine for like an introduction shark shot.
Exactly.
But
Go
ahead.
For when you're trying to build suspense.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that was long gone. Your suspense moment that was gone. You used it up. Now we need the shark.
And that was probably the clearest, at the end of the movie, that's probably the clearest shot of the shark was at the very beginning. It's just because everything else was underwater.
Yeah, and you don't know what this shark looks like besides the movie poster. Okay, I can look at the shark then. That's the most shark you're going to get. So better take a good look at it. Because that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the movie poster shows it clearer than any part in the movie.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's funny.
And okay, this is a demon. This is a megalodon. We need to see more of him than anything in this movie, than the family. And I mean, I completely agree with you with the family. That was such a stupid introduction. It's almost on the level of a cringe introduction.
Oh, it's super cringe. I'd be embarrassed to have worked on this movie.
I'd be embarrassed if I was my family.
I'm embarrassed to have watched it and not talking about it.
Oh, you're killing me. Where's the suspense? Where's my dun-dun-dun-dun? I mean, where is that? Where are my jump scares? Where are the moments where I think people are gonna get eaten? Maybe there was one or two super quick ones that weren't built at all. Shark movies, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time.
Much cheaper and poorly produced, like on a production level, not acting and directing part, but are more effective shark movies than this. What is that one shark movie we watched with the girls they went to the island and the shark was keeping them there?
With Beth?
Beth belongs in this movie.
Maneater.
I think it's on HBO, so it still might be out there.
I think
No one's begging. No one's bidding for those rights either. But that movie's better than this.
Oh my God. I mean, I got more suspense from the creepy guys that were about to, do something to his wife and daughter than from the shark.
Yeah.
And no. A good shark movie doesn't have that shit. Oh, man.
What do you think about them making fun of people mispronouncing Dalek?
Tlaluk. Because it's not Taluk. It's Tlaluk.
Dalek.
I mean, it's funny because it's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, those syllables, those letters don't belong right there next to each other.
There's a few words in Spanish that have those syllables.
Yeah,
and even
probably specifically Mexican Spanish and Central American and South, because I imagine that's probably doesn't happen in Spain Spanish, because I imagine that's mostly very native
Yeah, it's the word. It's not your it's not your everyday words that have these things. It's when you're trying to pronounce the name of that city down somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, oh fuck, what are those people called again? You know, or like that specific bread.
Yeah.
That's from somewhere.
Or food, yeah.
Or
in general,
food,
yeah.
or something. And
or that one weird name that guy has. You know, it's like, how do you? It's so old. You know, it's so pre conquistador shit.
Yeah, exactly. And those are hard. So I mean, I thought it was funny the first time.
That was it was a weird thing to keep bringing up.
They kept bringing it up, which I also thought it was a little bit of a joke on kids being raised, especially you know, in multicultural families, because you know, in this film obviously the dad is white and the mom is
some sort of Hispanic.
Yeah, Hispanic.
To be honest, she looks like she could be Spanish, like Spain Spanish.
I mean, she says she's from there, right?
That's right, she did. Yeah, she's from the I didn't hear them say it in the movie that so it takes place in Baja.
It says in a small town in Baja.
I don't remember that. I would have stuck out to me because I like the race that happens there. But yeah, so she's from the Baja area. So she's Mexican.
Okay, so you have a white dad, Mexican mom. So obviously your kids were probably raised in America, and now you're bringing them here to know the roots of your culture. And a lot of those kids speak English and no Spanish, or the little Spanish they know, they speak it really bad. So I thought it was also a little bit of a play on that, because the kid was the one mispronouncing it. It wasn't all the adults, it was just the kid. Because, I mean, they didn't make the white dad say it, did they? Did he even attempt it?
I don't think he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably something the writer, Boise and Carlos, they probably specifically have, you know. I mean, I guess it's a trope, I guess, with young people, isn't it?
Yeah.
I imagine every like Hispanic family living in a Hispanic country, when they have their American-born Hispanic nieces and nephews and grandchildren coming down, they make fun of them.
Oh, for
on that level.
sure.
I'm sure that happens in every single family.
All the time.
Yeah. That seems unavoidable.
Yeah, because
and they should. They absolutely should, because they should be fucking learning Spanish. If they are surrounded by that shit, they better fucking pick it up. They better work at it, I should say, really.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as we all know, you know, that was like a big no-no for a lot of immigrants in the early 1900s in America to not speak their native language coming overseas and stuff. And so they tried to learn English and not speak Italian and French and I'm sure Spanish.
Yeah, and then being from the South, coming here to the U.S. in the, you know, early 2000s, you still had a lot of that.
Yeah, it's weird. You gotta hold on to that, man. Yeah, that's funny though. That's funny. I mean, I like that, but that's.
It was too much. It continued.
It was too much. Yeah.
So what about the little boy that stole the relic thing from the temple?
I know that felt like it was supposed to be symbolic.
Yeah.
But that was.
I missed the symbolism there, whatever it was supposed to be. And you even said, so did he just fuck everyone up, or did he take that for good luck? Like, what are we supposed to be feeling here?
Yeah.
And, you know, okay, yeah. And then as the movie progressed, I still didn't know the answer to that question.
Well, it has a little bit to do with the boat, right? That was kind of this, it was setting him on the boat. And I think the one he grabbed was the one that fell in the water.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh. That was his dad.
And then that was his dad, so...
So did he fuck him up?
I don't know, it's weird because what is also the Snickers? It satisfies the Sasquatch in us, the hunger, the hangry in us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, is there some fucking stupid ass symbolism with the Snickers too?
The dad will satisfy me.
Is that where we're going with this? Is his dad the Snickers?
You're killing me right now.
That's
I
Carlos
can't
and
even.
Boise for you.
Oh my god.
That's what I got out of it.
I mean, if the film wasn't so bad, I would even think that's a little cute on some sense.
They
but
left it there too, the Snickers.
yeah,
And it was all melted and folded over when we...
that was funny. Which I thought that when he left it there, I thought that
Yeah.
Snickers is gonna melt.
In 10 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part of the movie was probably, like, the favorite action that happened was when the star, what's his name again?
Chato?
When Chato scooped up Toro in the bag to, get on the boat. You know what I'm talking about? And like the little lunchbox bag type thing.
Yes.
That was good. That was cute.
Yeah, he was like, Toro, get in your home. And the little dog ran to his little bag and then he scooped him up and they fled.
Yeah,
That
I
was
loved
cute.
it. That was cute.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was where the girl, Audrey, fell in. I think that was her name. Yeah, when Audrey fell in part of the ocean there and she saw the floating arms and legs and feet and whatever, and she's, freaking out because understandably, and they pull her out and everyone's like, what's wrong with you? And I was confused there for a second. Then they explain it like, he makes you see things, which, okay, I kind of like that. That's a cool concept. Wish they would have done cooler things with that,
Yeah.
because that's the only thing they did, made people see body parts, because they also made Junior see body parts.
Yeah, it didn't really set anything up.
But that's it. Yeah.
That's
That's
kind
a
of
missed opportunity.
I mean, I hate to say it, Boise and Carlos, but that's like storytelling 101. You gotta have some setup and payoff. It's just give and take constantly throughout every bit of the film. It's just proper story has setup and payoff.
Because, okay, they made them see the body parts, and then they made Paul see the boats, the rescue boats in the distance. And then when the mom discovered the papers, I thought that was something else she was seeing, which I would have liked that better. I would have thought that would have been so fucking clever. But no, that was real. And her husband is trash.
Yeah, that would have immediately made the movie go,
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't even pop in my head because I was falling asleep.
You were falling asleep.
I guess they did sort of. You made a comment about it, them setting up Paul actually knowing, because he did get real defensive at moments.
Mm-hmm. Crazy defensive.
And we all know that when you get real defensive and loud and you walk around a little bit and strut your stuff, you're fucking guilty about something, something relating to the, what the other person just said. And so that, I didn't put two and two together there because I just wasn't here 100%. But you made that was a good point. And then they turn around and try to, at the end, they try to make him out in such a way that he's like this, person who is trying to right his wrong. And
that's not his character. You didn't develop him.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Enough to do that with him. Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit through the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was gonna flake somehow underwater. He wasn't gonna do what he said he was gonna do, and somehow try to get out of there and then get himself killed. But that would have made more sense for his character. I didn't think he was gonna sacrifice himself for his family. And Chato, no, that's not his character. The weirdest part, though, in the whole movie were those weird images that they inserted when Paul was telling his story about how, when he first started working at Nixon Oil and, his first assignment was El Diamante and all this stuff, and they were inserting images of
Yeah, they were like stock images that I saw on my onboarding when I was applying for.
on your
When I was applying to Exxon.
Oh my god.
It looked familiar.
I can't even. Oh my god, that's as bad as the stock images they inserted in The Giver. That's what it reminded me of. With the memories, some of those were that bad.
Yeah, some of those were pretty bad.
I mean, oh yeah, not as bad as this. This was awful. Completely unnecessary. You don't think we can picture?
Yeah, we didn't set up
What?
that kind of movie. I don't know where that would have fit.
Nowhere. It would have fit nowhere.
Yeah, the movie, you can see some of that popping up. There's like stock imagey things happening in a movie where the world is on the line, and you see these, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's like, you see a something grow out of the ground and it dies all in like 5 seconds, and you see crazy smokestacks, and you see maybe explosions during a war and stuff, and just like what humans are capable of, and then the world ends or something. Like, it has all amounted to this.
Yeah.
And you fucked it up. And then maybe the next screen is white and then God talks to you or something.
Yeah, it's like they Google image environmental
It felt like
corporation.
It felt like
mistakes.
they were trying to go super hard on, let's take this off Paul and put it on the corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And no, Paul is 100% responsible.
Yep.
Because because of the things they literally did, but he represents the company. So they are one and the same in this scenario. There's no walking back on that. He should have looked for another job. It's that simple. It really is. Especially for someone like him, probably, who's already gotten this job once and has some experience and stuff, and he can, I don't know, maybe do anything else. Especially make him a likable character. Likable characters can get other jobs too.
And talk about like a great interview. Why did you leave your previous position? Let me tell you about the shit they were doing.
I mean,
and then get hired by a company that has fucking integrity.
He could probably spend the rest of his life giving TED Talks.
Yeah, to get that angle. Yeah, for real.
He could get honorary PhDs in environmental sciences, and really spark some change in the world. Because Paul's more guilty than the fucking corporations, really. I mean, he literally did sign off on these things. He literally knew, and I know his job was threatened and everything, but he could have said no at any fucking minute. And he's responsible for, completely ruining this town. Yeah, it's not really a village, is it?
Yeah, town. It's a town. One of the things about shark movies is that when you finally kill the shark, it was well earned. This was not well earned. This victorious moment of making this shark explode was not deserved. And I hate it. I hate it so much because that's what you do. You need this like satisfaction moment when you finally defeat this son of a bitch who's been tormenting you for the last hour.
Yeah, the characters never had that moment like we're smarter, we're stronger, we can fucking take this on. Like most proper shark movies do. That helps to build the case that this really isn't a shark movie. Because it really isn't. It just kind of tried to position itself as it was in the trailer. It lied to us.
It lied to us.
Which is not the craziest thing, because so many movies have amazing trailers, but not so many movies are amazing. So there's a little bit of a disconnect here, This is someone somewhere is just really good at making trailers, or they know how to prey on the market. But yeah, like in that movie Manhunter, the girl's fucking
Maneater.
Manhunter, is that what I said?
Yeah, you said Manhunter.
Yeah, the movie Maneater. They fucking, oh my god, dude. They basically fist fight the shark.
Yeah. Yeah.
They challenge it 1v1 to a game of Smash, and then fucking and they kill it.
Exactly.
They couldn't have earned that more. I don't know if a movie has earned the death of their shark actually more than Maneater. Than that one. Maybe Jaws.
I mean, Jaws. There's a few. Like all the shark movies are just escaping me right now.
Yeah.
But is it the Deep Sea? The Deep Dive, I think. It's one where this girl is in a cage, a shark cage, and she's fighting the monster. She's fighting the shark while in the cage, and she deserves her. I mean, it's a few films they deserve their kill.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it being lied to in some of these trailers, and I mean, one of the ones that comes to mind from one of our previous episodes is Paint, but I understand that one a bit more. You know, that was more me assuming what it was going to be.
Yeah.
Than your trailer. But for this one, you have a giant ass shark on your poster. You
and in the trailer, it sets up the shark. Like there is setup for the shark in the trailer, but we don't have the same kind of setup, the same proportional kind of setup here in the movie.
This is a how dare you situation.
Yeah.
How you dare you trick me?
And I don't know. Is it a how dare you situation? And then they turn that and fucking betray you by trying to put their agenda on you? Are they trying to shove this anti-corporatism down your throat? And how that ruins the mini ecologies of the world? And how nature is gonna fucking reclaim it? However, in whatever way that means. And then the unoffenders are gonna survive?
I don't think it's shoved down our throats because I don't think this movie...
It's not smart enough to fucking do it.
Yes, exactly. Because you're playing with that, but then you're also playing with a very, Mexican trope of believing in these demonic things or these spiritual things or superstitions, the summoning of the demons. You didn't even stick with that.
Yeah, even the literal setup of the movie, the first 10-15 minutes of the movie was misleading. Because they kind of focused on that point of, was it written? That you can summon it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That seemed to be an important point, and there was no.
Then they went nowhere with that.
It was summoned months back, I guess, when Paul was fucking ignoring the whole problem, I guess.
He said his first year there, making it sound like he's been working on this for years. Who fucking knows? Even their timeline is screwed. Yeah, I don't know. And speaking of that, doing nothing with the summoning, what about when the little kid, what's his name? Tommy. When Tommy tells us, what he found researching about Tlaloc, whatever. And saying that, what is it?
Tlaloc.
Because it's TL. It's Tlaloc. Tlaloc.
Yeah. You gotta lazy T it.
Tlaloc.
You're putting too many syllables in there.
Tlaloc.
That sounded good.
That sounded good. Tlaloc.
You gotta open your mouth.
Tlaloc. But when he was doing his research on him and was saying that they needed to sacrifice a child.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, Tommy is going to get sacrificed in this film. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And they went nowhere with that.
Yeah.
Unless, which this might be giving them too much credit. In the end, they escape in their little boat. And then we have his boat that he had put out in the ocean a while back. And that sinks, making me feel like they're about to die. Thus, Tommy getting sacrificed and getting rid of the curse. But that might be wishful thinking here on my part.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch. I think the most you can get out of that in any sensible way is the
Black Demon 2?
black people, the black people,
The black people.
the Black Demon 2. Yeah, I think that's all that was.
Okay. Well.
Which isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I couldn't find any numbers here.
Oh, this movie.
On this movie.
How much it made?
Yeah, the budget and how much it made.
This movie probably cost $4 million to make. It says right here the film has been prepared with a budget of about $50 million. I don't know who stole most of that money, whether it was Boise or Carlos, but there's no $50 million in this movie.
Oh.
Maybe, unless they, I don't know. Maybe they purchased an old oil rig. Maybe that was a real oil rig.
Okay.
They purchased it to knock it down. Maybe that's where the money went. I mean, I will say it wasn't the worst looking shark I've ever seen.
Okay, yeah.
I think man-eater shark was not as good looking, but I mean, it just goes to show you that you don't need amazing effects to have an effective movie.
Yep.
Isn't that ironic?
That is pretty ironic. Yeah, I guess I'd rather see the shark more than it looking beautiful hidden behind murky water.
Yeah, it looks like right now it's only been out for a few weeks, but it looks like it's sitting around $2 million made.
No way.
So these guys might be without a job.
Oh my gosh, no wonder they don't have a wiki page.
Yeah, they better hope they made this film in Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah, because the state of Georgia will pay for a lot of your movie.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going with the aquarium there or something.
Yeah, I mean, they could have made it in some big aquarium in Georgia.
I don't know.
I just know Georgia's real big about giving, grants or loans for the arts and stuff. It's very cool. Hopefully they have some kind of board, the Georgia Peach Artistic Fun Board.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be? GA, whatever I said, the acronym. Hopefully they have some kind of board that consists of a few guys, and they discuss the premise and they just say, maybe come back with a better premise and we'll think about giving you some money or something.
Yeah, hopefully there's
some kind of quota or some criteria to pass.
Yeah, a rubric.
I hate it for them, man. I don't like to see a movie fail. It's always funny, but some people are probably going to be without a job after this, including the actors. Maybe Toro is going to have a job after this. He was pretty cute.
Toro would definitely have a job after this.
But this is a sore spot for all these guys. Like I said, this is sort of embarrassing to have been part of. I'm actually pretty shocked at how bad this was. Maybe this is a good example of pretentious. The quality is missing. The intellect is missing, but they're trying to give these smart ideas to characters and the overall message.
Then you're trying to have this big shark, and then you're trying to work with a $50 million budget.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah, which is $50 million is not a lot, but man, I think The Whale was made for $5 million or $10 million or something like that. I think, not that it's ever equivalent, right? But The Evil Dead Rise, I think, was made for much less. I think it was like $35 million. Beau is Afraid was made for $35 million. Hereditary is made for $10 million. I think Midsummer was made for like $15 million. The guys who negotiated the budget and got these producers to get on board, they either A, are going to be set for life in how they criminally sold this movie to producers, or they are, or they belong in prison for fucking misleading these people. So these are just a few movies made under $1 million. $10 million.
Made with under?
Yeah, Nightcrawler, which is a legendary Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Okay. Made
for $8.5 million. Moonlight, an Oscar-winning movie, made for, it's uncertain, but anywhere between $1 and $4 million. Get Out, a legendary Jordan Peele movie.
That's an awesome movie.
Made for about $4.5 million. And Whiplash, another Oscar-winning movie. Crazy decorated movie. Whiplash, $3.3 million. the chicken dude from the new Top Gun Maverick and the bald guy from J.K. Simmons. You know, it's just J.K. Simmons yelling at him the whole movie, and it's awesome. You know, it's like, why does that cost $3.3 million? I don't know. Why does this movie cost $50 million? I think there's a scandal afoot.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. This movie didn't cost $50 million. Unless they bought that rig.
Yeah.
And if they did, you know, I can't think of a more, you know, rock star kind of move, because you buy the rig and you blow it up or whatever they did. You know, that's all right. All right. That's cool. If that's how you want to spend your money, that's fine.
That's how you want to waste your money, because you're not making that back.
Well, yeah, they sold it to, I guess, someone who owned it. Now they have the money, the old oil company or something. Which,
okay,
yeah, that's a real pro move, you know, for your message, right? Fuck the corporations, fuck the oil companies. Let's give them $50 million for the oil rig. Cool. Yeah, no, I don't know if that oil rig is real. It definitely didn't look real when it was falling apart. Looked very bad, especially when it was falling. The parts that were falling looked really bad, especially because it fucking disintegrated. And then that crane that fell looked terrible. So I think all that was fucked up and done in CG. But the thing itself, it looked pretty good. I don't know where that was filmed out exactly. Yeah, I mean, I would like to say thanks for watching this movie with me, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of inconsistencies with this movie. There were a lot of maybe great ideas that just weren't followed through, weren't written correctly. You know, I get it. You want to make the corporate the bad guy. Do it better. You know, I get you want to make Paul guilty as fuck.
And redeemable,
but yeah, do it better.
You got to start with you got to start with a likable character first of all.
Yeah, first of all, he left his wife and kids there in a town that was already so fucking shady.
Yeah, I mean, even we could back up before that. Just the words that came out of his mouth. What do you know about Captain Morgan? Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't even know. I wish I could just read the script from that car ride. It's just so fucking bad. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was all bad. That's all you can say about that. It was bad. It was all bad. I guess.
Who passed off on that? When they were recording that? You know, that's an easy pickup, man. If they didn't like that, someone didn't like that, you get your ass back in the car and fucking redo it. You know what I mean? That's an easy fucking pickup. They all were okay. They were okay with that? The cameraman wasn't like, you know, he didn't lean over to his first mate, his AC or whatever, and was like, you know, this kind of sucks. And the director didn't hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it was too far along, and producers, that sucks, man. Good luck making that money back. They better hope this becomes like meme worthy.
That's all you can hope for here.
I didn't see anything meme worthy, but you never know.
Maybe Toro?
He's just cute. Yeah, cute doesn't reach meme worthy very often.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was just inconsistent for me.
Yeah. I hate to hear that, because you are our local shark movie expert. Catch all her great shark ideas at patreon.com/filmsteins.
I did like 2 other things.
The credits?
The ending. No, I'm just kidding. The clanking noise in the background throughout the whole rig parts, you know, basically the whole movie. There was a lot of clanking and metal sounds throughout everything. So I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That added a little bit of the suspense I guess I needed. And then the scene where where Audrey was digging at her nails after seeing those body parts. I like that. That was good. And that's about it. Oh, and what's
I
his
agree.
name? Choco, our Nacho Libre dude. That was nice.
What's his
seeing
name
him.
in Nacho Libre?
Esqueleto in Nacho Libre.
Esqueleto.
Yeah, his actor name is Hector Jimenez. Let me see.
I can't believe he was in this movie.
Yep. Esqueleto, which is skeleton.
Hector Skeleton?
Steven. His name is Steven. But his luchador name is Esqueleto,
Oh, okay.
which means
Okay.
skeleton.
Because he's skinny.
Because yes, because he's skinny. My mouth got stuck like this for a second. Yeah, Steven.
Yeah, so if you're if you feel like you need to go through the entire filmography of, what's his name? Hector
Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Yep.
If you need to go through his catalog, well, I got news for you. Black Demon's on there. Good luck. I don't know if anyone's studying him as far as actors go, though.
I don't think so.
You can just full stop on him with Nacho Libre.
Yep.
If you're going to study him, all you need to know is Nacho Libre. It's a great movie. We will cover Nacho Libre at some point, but it's going to be a surprise. Sure. It's going to be a surprise. And Napoleon Dynamite. We'll probably do those back to back.
Yeah, I'd like that. That's a good.
Same director, so.
Yeah.
And they got a similar vibe going on as far as coloring and cinematography and stuff. So I imagine the same DP was on that too, but they got very man, dusty Wes Anderson vibes, man. I love it.
Dusty Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Don't watch this movie. Just don't waste your time. I wasted my time for you. So don't go watch
Jaws and then go listen to our episode on the Jaws book.
Yep.
At patreon.com/filmistines.
That's a better use of your time. That's for sure.
That's a great episode, actually, because there's a lot of surprising things coming out of that book. Did you even know Jaws was a book? First of all, exactly. Go listen to the episode.
Exactly.
Any closing comments?
No, those were my closing comments. Don't waste your time. Have a nice day.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Filmistines. Thanks for tuning in and joining us on our cinematic journey. We hope you enjoyed our discussion and gained some new insights and perspectives on the world of movies. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform, especially Patreon at patreon.com/filmistines, and follow us on your social media for more film-related content. We love hearing from our listeners, so if you have any feedback, suggestions, movie recommendations, or book recommendations, please feel free to reach out to us. Until next time, keep watching and keep loving the magic of movies. This is the Filmistines signing off.